No, we're not quite yet. No, you've got to wait this time. Sorry, darling. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Now, let's have a looky cookie. There's that screen. And here's this one. Oh, that's my hair brushed. Good morning, everyone. And anyone that's here already. Oh, goodness. Had a few little technical difficulties. It just wouldn't come into the Facebook realm in the Be Live. I had to do a bit of a reset, a hunt first and a reset. So, good morning, Artie. Um, I gather this is from this morning and not last night, and that's part of my technical difficulties. You're over on, it's showing you as being over on YouTube, so I'm just hoping that is still correct. And let me just go, no, yeah, don't know, I can't see that it's an issue. Don't know where. Let's see. And we've got, I wonder if that's in your time. Hi, 1700. Yeah, I'm just looking at that. Good morning, Facebook user. There is in the description a link. There should be a link to click to be able to allow your name to be showed in the Facebook group. I presume that's where it's coming from, or you've got a setting in your privacy settings, which is fine. You don't have to show, but good morning. And good morning, Kay. Lovely to have you here too. Now, does that show the time that you're putting there? No, it doesn't. I'm just wondering whether Artie's does. No, it doesn't. So, hey, look, I'm just questioning because I've had the little glitch this morning. So, and I had some fun last night with pressing buttons too. For those who were here then, you would have seen that. Some things didn't work. Hey, that's what it is. We're going to do our daily Lenormand card spread reading, and of course, I haven't got that spread out yet. I've got the deck spread out. Do you think we can just read the covers? Probably could, really. As a past, present, future, here we've got all that is that history and the past, because fairy tales really are creations from our mind of what our memories tell us and give us that wonderful knowing and knowledge into our future. Here we've got the present time, and this is the mystical Lenormand deck. You look at the cover, and it's actually being present in the moment, being watchful and mindful, and watching and looking for the magic that are our lessons in our world. And that's what this deck is. That I'm just reading the covers. And here we've got the pixies as to the cheekiness that they can bring into our future and what we can see. Is it coming? Is it going? As you can see with this here, the ship. Beautifully gowned woman. I presume that is the woman. Beautifully gowned woman on the edges of probably a cliff or going for a walk along there and seeing a boat. Wishful thinking. What is that boat doing there? You know, it's that exploration in the mind of what is possible. Is it coming? Is it going? I wonder who is on that boat. I wonder what magic there is being brought in or taken away. It's all of that the pixies can be little cheeky beans and travel with them, travel on those waves of, I don't know, wonderment, I suppose, expectation. Now, out of those, which of those decks would you like to be revealing what our reading is today? So there is 5 people here watching. You can have the choice. Which deck would you like me to open? Now, did I say good morning to you, Kim? I can't remember. I've just got into it because it was a weird start. And poor little Peanuts is feeling a bit hungry because I haven't fed her yet. And Kim's saying good morning to Kay. Wonderful, isn't it? And Keza, yes, I saw that you couldn't finish watching last night. Look, there's plenty of time to go through that if you want or not. There was a card for you. I'm pretty sure I did that. So it would be early-ish in the recording. And yeah, that's what I love about the whole technology. It really is. It really is that is. Now, Kay, what one did you put there? There's only a space. I can't see anything written there. And Kezi, you're wanting the middle one, which is the mystical. I'll show you that there, that one. That's the mystical. Ah, gorgeous, aren't they? And Kim, you're a bit late now because the first one mentioned was the middle one. So I'll go with the pixies, with the mystical. And good morning, Nikki. Lovely to see you here. You'd love to use the fairy tick. We've got one of each. Oh, that's so cute. I mean, I knew it would be difficult to do that, but it's the first one that mentioned is going to be the one that I use because, well, I suppose I probably could do one of each. It is a Saturday. I've got the time. Have you got the time or not? I think I do like to keep these a short morning session. And good morning to Michaela. Oh, sorry, I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Lovely morning. Excuse me. I'll just go like that. Morning, lovely, and hugs, little peanuts. Yes, oh, look, she'll stay quiet while we're here. She doesn't bark because she's hungry. And Kay knew that she'd pick the pixies because you're off with them. It's almost off with your head. What's that one in? Is that in the Alice in Wonderland? Um, good morning, Kerry. Good morning, Kerry. I'm trying to catch the comments here because they're scrolling up. There's more of you here. You love the fairies. We all pick different. Yeah, exactly. And that's where I think it's so funny that we did all pick differently, that you have all picked differently, and it is going to be the centre one in a sec. So thank you for the blessings. Michelle, fairies. Oh, look, make a wish. What's the wish? Make a wish. Is that for the sneeze? Oh, I haven't heard that one. So thank you. And thank you, Kay. And Sandra, you haven't seen the pixies. Okay, look. One sneeze, a free wish. Wow. So you do learn something new every day, don't you? All right, looks like we're going to do a quick one with each. So let's see. What I'm going to do is, so it's the middle, pixies, and then the fairy tale. Okay, middle. So it's the mystical, pixies, and fairy tale. So I'll put them up there. Oh, excuse me. Now I've got a tickly nose. So this one's the mystical deck. And it's interesting how it really does make a little bit of difference when you've got good packaging for the decks, because this one is a bit awkward to get in and out of. Any of the boxes are. So I certainly do prefer to have the tins. They're such a good, these ones, or the Rana George and the Gilded Reverie have that magnetic catch on the side. They're a lot easier to use as well. You see, there, I've got some others. The Rana George, the Gilded Reverie. The Bluebird is the packet, and that's a little harder to open as well to get into. And there we've got the Numbers Work. And that's a box that's very awkward to use, actually. I'm not that keen on it. I hope I didn't give you motion sickness with all that. Sorry. I'm hoping you didn't. So, that's cute. Like, here's your discussion. While I've got my back turned, one sneeze, one free wish. Yep, I've got that one. So thank you for that wish. Really, wow, I didn't know that. And Kezzy, you're going to start sneezing now. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. What a great idea. Yeah, but you can't sneeze genuinely if you fake it. It's not the same. It's just, sneeze is a sneeze. And I know with the resultant, hold your legs together too. 1 for a wish, 2 for a kiss, 3 for a letter, 4 for something better. Wow, look, I've never heard of that rhyme. I had absolutely no idea. I'm going to have to save that. I didn't know that. Wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Kiss. Yes. And that's an Oops Kim. I'm not sure what that one is. And Sandra, you're saying the same. Sneezes, 1 for a thought, 2 for a wish, 3 for get better, and 4 for a kiss. So there's difference, and I hadn't even known of any of them. Oh, and there's the lot laughing. Yes, wow. Exactly. I didn't know. Anyway, what we'll do is a quick 3 card, and there we go. Number 1. What's this one? Hang on. Which way up? And it takes a bit when I don't use these as my familiar cards to do readings. So we're going to put the Lenormands there, the mystical there. So what we've got here is the key, the lady, and I was going to say the pelican. It's not. It's the anchor. Knowing the Lenormand cards, that is. It's got to be the anchor card for the Lenormand. I love that because I used to live for many, many years on a lakefront that had pelicans coming in all the time. Beautiful memories of that. So what we're doing is opening a new doorway, and we're going to be shifting through today. There's something new that we're going to be opening using that key for. And it almost looks like this lady is having a cup of tea. Is it? That's what it looks like on the surface, but it's not. Guess what she's doing? Here, have a look. She's patting a pig. Have a look at that. This is the surprise of all the different cards, isn't it? Look at that. And a very weird depiction of her fingers. She almost bent up. Not to, criticise the artist, but it's a very different depiction of the woman in the card, the lady in the card. So anyway, opening a doorway, and we're going through with that gentle energy. There's going to be that interaction with others. So we're going out and socializing is what I'm thinking. And part of that is actually going to be helping us to ground ourselves. This here is almost like, did you forget to to attach the chain to the boat? Where's the boat? This anchor is ready to be picked up and used, but remember to actually anchor it on the other end as well. Tie it off to what you are wanting to stay steady with. So I'm feeling there's some energies, there's something that we're shifting through, and I'm going to continue this as a story. We'll see how it works in a minute. Brenda, good morning. It's not an individual card pull. This one's a general card spread reading, but I'm doing it different because it's a Saturday morning and I'm late and I had techie issues. So various varying reasons as to why I'm doing it very different to usual than my normal morning sessions. So, excuse me, I should have had breakfast at least, but we didn't. So key, lady, anchor. Let's go and shift that over there. I'm going to shift my numbers work cards. Just putting them aside. And because I have got the 3 decks, the Pixies was the next one, wasn't it? Now, see how that is a tin? It's got its little guidebook, and here are the cards, of course. So what I'll do is put that back there so we can see that one. We're just going to clear and cleanse, shuffle them for a little bit. I just noticed, oh my goodness, I do have a difference in the size of my eyes, don't we all? You probably never even noticed, do you? There's a 1, the 2, whoop, and the 3rd. Let's see what that is. Now I'll bring them over a little bit further. There we go. And in a minute, I'll put them there. Oh, I've just got it. So, excuse me. Have a look at the cards. Let me see if I can zoom in on them. And shift that down. There we go. You can have a closer look at those cards while I turn away and blow a nose. And turn off my heater because I didn't realise that was going so loudly. Right. So this is the Pixie deck. See the Pixie deck? We're using that one. And for the 3 cards, what we have is the mice, the fish, and the clover. So there's a lot of resources because the fish is about abundance. The mice are really digging into that abundance. They're having a feast. So, what we're being mindful of with this is how lucky we are to be in as much abundance as we are. Now, this is almost like it's backwards. You know, the mice technically probably wouldn't be seen as a nice thing to find in your cupboards, hoarding, like hoeing into your resources, hoeing into your food. But they are opportunists and there is plenty to take advantage of. So they're, as much as they may not ask permission or have asked permission for that, they're still taking those moments where they are, picking up what is an advantage in abundance, and it's good luck for them. It may not be in our pantry good luck, but it is still bringing that good luck of the flow of abundance. So that's what we've got there with those three. I'll put them aside. And now we'll actually open the fairy tale deck and see what they're bringing. And Caro, did I see you there before? Good morning. Lovely to see you there. And Sandra, you're saying pelicans important to you. They represent self-sacrifices. They feed their babies from their own blood during droughts. Do they really? I hadn't known that. Caro, do you heard that one? Being that living on a lake. No, that's not something that I'd heard. So that's wonderful. And yes, Kezzy, you spotted the clovers. So another tin, easy to open, as you can tell. Cards out, gorgeous little guidebook in the bottom. And we just place that over there. And clear and cleanse the cards with a couple of shuffles and then start drawing a few out for a mini reading. Getting a few of the little mini readings, aren't we? Oh, we had this one last night several times. And the mountain, I remember that one. Oops, except we'll put that one the right way up. I don't do reversals. There we go. And those cards can go next to that. I'm getting a little crowded here. Gee, I love seeing my table like it is. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely. Let's see if we can just get in a little bit closer on those ones too. This one's mouse driven, not me moving the camera, so you don't have to shift and don't get that feeling of motion sickness. The gentleman here, so we've got the masculine. I'm feeling it's the masculine strength, getting some action happening, because what we've got is the gentleman looking towards the mountains. So there's a challenge that's being presented, and here's the rider starting out on that journey and accepting the challenge. That's what I'm feeling with this. Now, have a look at that beautiful, like the mystical, because this is the fairy tale, remember? So this probably is Prince Charming. And it probably is just that challenge of going over the mountains to discover Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella or Rapunzel or whatever imagining that we would like to actually put to that. It's a beautiful story, and taking off on that ride on his white horse, the knight on the white horse, Prince Charming on the white horse, the fantasy land that he's riding above in that air as if magic, and it is. We do have this magic presenting to us in the fairy tale deck that's going to take us on our beautiful extended journey today. Extended, a journey today. Now, let's just see what all of these look like when they're lined up as a 9-card reading. And I've just got to try and dodge Peanut. She's decided to pop underneath me, and I've got to watch out that I'm not treading on her feet, especially the bad one. So I'm going to put the excess cards back in their boxes, and what we're going to do is line them up. The 6, no, hang on, 3, 6, 9, maths. It's too early in the morning with only one coffee, I can tell you. So here we are. I'll just put these there back in the boxes at the moment, and we'll bring the other cards back into play. So here we go. I've got those. Now, what we read first, I'm going to put the fantasy, the fairyland, fairy tale above here. I'm just trying to move it on a cloth so that I can fit them all in this screen. I'll take the visual back a bit. Whoops. So that can be back. I've probably got to take it a bit smaller. So that one there and this one here. Right. Now, as a 9-card reading, that's not quite in the right spot, is it? Let me just go like that. No, I've probably got to actually raise the camera itself and bring that in because you can't see that very thoroughly. I've got to go up to swing that down. There we go. Let's have a looky. Now, have a look at that spread as the full 9, as a 9-card spread. So, so I presume that was in answer to the question that I had asked before. Had I shown you a good morning? Because it is a good morning. It's just started well, differently. And good morning, Brenda. I have just seen your comment there. So, because having a table here, half the time my attention's there, not here, is in front of the screen. They are lovely little cards. And the reason I like these so much as well is that they actually do fit in my hand. So that, with this one, there it is in my hand compared to, whoops, what would be the card from this deck. So they are little cards. Um, Now, I've seen comments from some who sell the cards that the little ones don't sell as well. They're not the traditional size. They're either a bridge card size or they're called a mini card. And for me, for my smaller hands, I find them absolutely perfect. So I wish every single deck was in this size. The old tarot, in those giant sized cards that they are, I don't manage them very well with a shuffle. So these are absolutely ideal. So what we're actually getting is more in the space, especially when you're doing a grand tableau or grand table, where every card of the Lenormand deck is put out, all 36. And even in the expanded editions, you can still lay out all the cards and read them. It's just the extras past that you'd actually read slightly differently. And there is absolutely no set way in how you read a card spread. So, how I started this morning in having which one did I read first? Was this one here. So, what we read was the mystical, this row is, it could be that I'll take this as being now, this is what's nearest to us. It was the first that was read. So for today, it's going to be more of what's the past come in and pulling in that energy of what is for our day as the preparation we've had leading up to what might be the present, which is this that is the Pixies row. So the Pixies are actually saying, hey, pay attention here. This is what you're dealing with more in the present moment of today. And this with the fairy tale spread could be, see, this is awkward, isn't it? So this row here that's the fairy tale could be the ones that are showing us now what might be beyond today, what's going to be the tomorrow and further on. That's one way. It's only one way of reading them. So they are interesting cards, Keza, aren't they? Especially when you see them spread out like this. Now, in the single deck, it looks more consistent, of course, doesn't it? But it still doesn't mean this is still a valid reading for something that's a lot bigger with a lot more information. So what we are seeing is that we ourselves have got the key to how we need to be behaving. She looks prim and proper, even though she's actually patting a pig. And we've got that are the influences from the seas and being able to really anchor in our own energies, but we choose to do that because this anchor isn't tied off, remember, and it needs something to actually be anchored to say that it's doing its job. At the moment, it's just a piece of steel sitting on the rock. and there's a pelican looking at it like duh. But it's still here. We've got that is going to be leading us into now. Where did we see a ship before? Did we see a ship coming and going? That was the cover of the Pixies deck. I knew I'd read something of ships. It could be that this, in the actual mystical, is telling us we need to go find our ship to anchor it to, or something like that. What is the story that is being told with these cards? So that's what's the influence of what's come in, moving into, that this I mentioned was the present, but what do you feel? This is closest to me, so it's most important to me. I do need to be finding an anchor to hold that steadiness in whatever I'm doing today. It's all different types of meanings that we can bring to it. Be absolutely wonderful if you could create your impressions and stories and send that to me in a message from what you see in these 9 cards. I've done my part for this morning, and I know I've got a hungry dog that needs some food. She's being very well behaved, but I know, we all like our little routines, and she's usually fed before 7:30. Poor little girl. I've left her for an hour. There we go. So here we go, and there, Carolyn saying, Carrot, you're saying we could all translate our own story from the spread. Exactly. Which we must have gone at. Snap, high five. It's a good one. I thought the same thing at the same time, I would think. So love it. It is interesting to see the different ways that you can read cards. Thank you. Yeah, it was a little lesson, wasn't it? But it's so much fun. So when you actually have some time, just hold that. You get to rewatch the video. If you want to rewatch the whole thing, fine. If you just want to hold that as a pause and really sit with that energy and feel into it, what you're getting from those cards, it would be wonderful to hear back from each of you. What is that story that you're creating? And it's not that it's a make-up, make-believe story, even though we've got a fairy tale Lenormand deck here as part of it, and a mystical and a pixie. They're all sort of imaginary and imagination, but it's what we have within us as the way that we understand our messaging can be through that imagination, through what we just get as those quick feels of energy. Write them down as these are the messages you're getting for your day in the context of your life and life situation best as to how you're experiencing it. What is it actually teaching you, showing you that you need to be understanding about different ways that you can be creative in that understanding? And, it's only for you. Doesn't have to be for anyone else. I certainly do get the feels for messaging for others at times. I wouldn't say it's always that way, because I do turn it off sometimes, because you can do that. You don't have to be open to all this messaging, this that you receive all the time. And that's where so many miss out. They never turn it on. It's like the light switch. Anyway, so thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Keza. Thank you for the cards. Oh, it's fun having this session, but we have gone for nearly half an hour. And Michaela, have a wonderful day, everyone. And from Keza, have a wonderful day, everyone. I love the emojis. It's gorgeous. And Sandra, thanks so much for sharing with us. Great messages this morning. They are, aren't they? And have a lovely weekend. There's so much in it that we can that we can understand for ourselves, isn't there? Each and every one of us would have a different understanding of it too. So thanks for putting it out there. Thanks, Caro. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, because if you weren't, what would it be? Just me talking to thin air and, really sprouting stuff that, who knows? Is it right or wrong? There is no right or wrong. It just is, isn't it? Each and every one of us has our own understandings, and that's valid. It came in so late, gonna rewatch this. Oh, it's worth watching. Anytime it's worth watching, Brenda. Thank you so much. And Kim, it's right up your alley. You'll have to do it this afternoon after some overtime. Oh, yes. Yeah, I understand that. Have a great day from Brenda, and it's evening there You're in Canada, wasn't it? I think from memory. So it is lovely to have you here, even in your evening. A great way to finish your day, isn't it? You might go to sleep and then dream on what these messages are bringing to you, what these cards are bringing to you in messages. Um, oh, thanks, Caro. I've seen my beautiful face. God, it looks messy. I don't think I put the brush to my hair even. That was my hairbrush, was doing the fingers through it. Oops. Like I said, it was a few technical issues this morning. So thanks, Kim. Thank you. And enjoy listening to. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And from Brenda. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Thank you. Sometimes my memory serves me well, sometimes it just don't. Absolutely. And you've just put the absolutely. I just saw it after I said it. We must all be on the same wavelength. Well, we are. We're the one. We are the one in our humanity, and we do pick up each other's energies, some better than others. And isn't that really how it's meant to be? How we have our families and communities and groupings as we do our tribes, whatever word you want to put to it, isn't it? So there you go. And indeed, yes, absolutely. So tomorrow morning, hopefully without the techie issues and probably better on time, hopefully, but it will be a Sunday. I might sleep in. No, I don't. I was awake at 6. So there you go. It's just what we form as being ourselves, isn't it? Sometimes habits can be what they are. And thank you. Um, yeah, I think that was all. If you do need extra, like individual readings, the rosboundy.com.au/readings is where you'll get straight to that booking page or purchase page. I don't book time, we negotiate that. And it's done similarly to this. And if you were watching last night, I will get my button fingers right. Okay. We'll see you. Be the best you that you can be, and namaste until next.